What's going on in Hot Atlanta? Live from Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P. Entertainment and K.L.P. Studios. It's K.L.P. Aftermath Morning with your host, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas and Rocco Styles.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I had to do a double horn here today. This is the KLP Aftermath. Of course, this is the Tuesday Night Live episode, live and in person, live back into the studio of KLP Studios here in Atlanta. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am so grateful to be back here in front of you guys again. I know last week was amazing. I got to give a shout out. So if you guys don't know, last week we had to go to Chicago and Detroit for the K.L.P. Entertainment Chicago Detroit tour. If you guys know, you know, we've had a ball. And I do mean this. We had a ball on tour, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited that you guys tuned in for that. First off and foremost, again, welcome to the KLP Aftermath. We'll talk about the tour in a second, T. But I just got to thank my audience for staying tuned, being patient, because you guys loved the shows when we were in Detroit and Chicago. But you guys are ready for me to be back here in the studio to give you guys another podcast. So thank you guys. This episode was brought to you powered by Wrist Mafia. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like another great subscription, it's a great subscription. If you are a avid watch collector, guys, it is $40 a month. You guys can sign up. You get 15% off your first order. Again, it's a $40 subscription, and you get sent a luxury watch in the mail every month. So every month you get a new watch for only $40. You sign up today, you get 15% off, and there are great partners here with us at KLP Entertainment. Shout out to them. So, like I say, it's been a grand day today, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready for another exciting podcast. Now, T, I need to talk about the tour just a little bit, right? Because I know us coming back, right? It's this December. It's Christmas time. We got a lot of great topics for you guys here today. Let's talk about it. The tour. Last week, we were in Chicago and Detroit. You guys know about it if you follow us on social media. We went to Chicago and Detroit for a business meeting, quite a few business meetings that became very successful, to which they're proprietary. So I can't really talk too much about that part. But the tour part I'm going to talk about. I just got to send a thank you to the people of Chicago and Detroit. T. A lot of people just really love what we did. A lot of people enjoy our impact. Now, if you guys don't know, I have started to do some DJing. I know I'm not a super professional expert of DJing quite just yet. I'm learning the ropes of how to DJ, but boy, howdy, when I tell you we had a great show in Detroit and Chicago, we had a great show in Detroit and Chicago. You guys can listen to it right now. It's on my Instagram's link bio. But if you go to Mixcloud, another partner of ours, presented this podcast by, and let me make sure my ESPN goes off and had it on silent. Sorry about that. But Mixcloud is an app website that you DJs go to. They connect, they follow each other, and they're able to perform their sets on this app. Again, you can download the app on your Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Download the app, get the account, and you can follow me, DJ Kennedy Lucas, and we're close to 100 followers, by the way. Shout out to that. Again, I know that's small to some people, but you know that's great for me, because now I'm listening. A lot of people joining into this type of music that we did our set for Chicago and Detroit. So I'm very excited about that. I know it's just 100 followers, but we're growing fast because a lot of people love it. And DJs are able to perform their sets and don't have to worry about takedowns and copyright issues. Mixcloud has a license that covers any type of music that you perform in your sets on there, so you can listen to my full set. Quite a few sets I did. I did Chicago twice. I did Detroit once. So you guys can take a look and take a listen and enjoy the mixes that we do. I can't wait. I know we're in December, but I can't wait for February because I will be doing a live concert here in Atlanta. For Mixcloud, my DJ set, we're going to be doing Valentine's Day in February. So I cannot wait for that. So we've been doing that, we started to DJ, and I can't explain to you guys how much fun it is to just DJ, right? Do something that I've never done before, but I really get to go in and have a great time and really give you guys some good quality just content and just really good quality music. You guys get to have a little taste of the music I listen to, and with the effects and the sound effects and me doing some dubbing, some lip ad, it is so fun. I never thought I'd have to, and then I was jamming out too, right? So I've been having my time with it. So we brought it to Chicago twice, and we brought it to Detroit. Shout out to the people at the Langham, Chicago. And I guess this is a review, kind of, too. It's, So the Langham Hotel is a hotel in Chicago that we stayed in. I knew with the tour we wanted to be at a very, very good hotel. And I've stayed at quite a few luxury hotels this year. I can't wait to do the wrap-up podcast to tell you guys how the year of 2024 went with me, because all of this is going to be in the wrap-up podcast episode. But the Langham in Chicago, boy, howdy. It is amazing. It is a luxury type hotel. And like I said, I've been to luxury type hotels before. Shout out to Vegas, the Wynn over in Vegas. Stayed there. That's going to be the next. If we're staying in Vegas, we're staying at the Wynn. If we're staying in Chicago, I'm staying at the Langham. Langham is a nice quality hotel, luxury type hotel. You will pay for it, right? So if you're trying to press your lady, you're trying to be a big dog, you got to be kind of careful, right? Because Langham, you're going to have to pay a little premium for that. But you get the premium service. The food was really good. We booked it via Delta, so we were able to get the breakfast for free. And we just had a good time. The hotel was very nice. The room was very nice. We stayed in the Langham the first few days, and then we checked out to go to Detroit, and then we checked back into the Langham to finish off the tour. So I stayed on the 8th floor the first few days, and then I stayed on the 10th floor the last few days. Very, very quite good quality hotel. The spa, let me tell you, the spa, chef's kiss. It was something I needed. So the spa was very good. Got a nice little rub down tea. And then I hit the pool. Pool was very good. It's an indoor pool, and the hot tub. The hot tub is the one I like the most. The pool was very good, but when you're in a hotel with other family members, they bring their kids into the pool. I'm like, okay, I'm about to go take a dip at the hot tub, right? So the hot tub was very good. The steam room, I've never, and the steam room was very good because obviously at Crunch, when I go to the gym, they have a steam room that I use. It's hot. But then you're sharing it with a lot of other sweaty people because it's the gym. But this steam room was different because everybody that was in there, they didn't work. They were just there to relax, right? They either hit the hot tub, the pool, the spa, and they want to open their pores up and do their thing. I go to the steam room quite a bit because it's kind of like a prayer time for me. As you guys know, I'm big into prayer. I'm big into, of course, obviously believing in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So the steam room for me is just kind of a space where I can just sit and talk to God and pray. Pray for greatness, pray for everything that we have coming. And it was just my moment with God, right? So, and it's just kind of, the sweat just kind of helps illuminate that a little bit better. So that was just kind of my me time. I did hit the gym at the Langham. The gym was okay. It's not the quality of the Crunch Nail, because Crunch Nailville, or Crunch in general, is a big gym. It's a gym, right? But the gym in the hotel, they only got select few items. So I didn't really do a full push workout in there because it was a hotel gym. So it wasn't large, right? The city of Chicago was very, very good. We did a boat tour and we saw the history of some neighborhoods, saw the history of apartment living and townhomes, saw the history side of things of what used to be called the Sears building. They call it the Willis building now. We still call it the Sears building because we're just in that generation. Very, very good. The food was it was good. The food was good. We went to Illuminati's. Shout out to Illuminati's for sure, but I don't think and when we went, because I had to go Christmas shopping too, one of the ladies told me that we went to the wrong Illuminati's because we went to the Illuminati's downtown and it was okay. It was just a lot of stuff that was missing. I think in that pizza, they need a little bit more sauce. We ended up getting the thin crust, and my mom was there with us, and then my mom's boyfriend did. Tony didn't like the deep dish pizza, and my mom. If you guys know any, I talk about my mom a lot on the show. My mom's favorite food is pizza, right? So she is a tough critic when it comes down to what kind of pizza do you like, right? I like thin crust. I get that from my mama. We ordered our thin crust pizza. The wings were good. We ordered wings too, but the pizza needed a little bit more sauce. That's the only thing that was missing from it. So we didn't really like Illuminati's in the city, but the lady, when we went shopping for our Christmas gifts, she said you need to go to the Illuminati's down South Chicago, which next time, because we're definitely going back to Chicago, but next time we're going to be doing that as well. Went to the Gordelli's chocolate store, got us some chocolate for the weekend. And, the tour, we did our DJ set. Me and Monica, we did the Spectrum podcast, to which you guys can listen to. Shout out to Monica. Yes, Monica, you did really good. She's not here today in the studio, but she'll be back later this week for another episode of Spectrum Podcast. But you guys can listen to me and Monica on the Spectrum Podcast on the same channels you're listening to this show. Me and Monica, we went to Chicago and Detroit, and we did the Spectrum Podcast for both cities, so you guys can take a listen to those special episodes. And then we rode to Detroit, right? Went to Detroit, Michigan. It was about a 3-hour drive from Chicago. So what we did was we flew into Chicago and then we drove from Chicago to Detroit. It would not make no sense to go to O'Hare Airport and then just fly back to or fly to Detroit. It's a 3-hour drive, and we had a rental car. So we took the rental car to Detroit. A little bit of business there, but we saw their Christmas lights. The Christmas lights were just so amazing. I love Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays besides my birthday. So I get very, very excited for Christmas time. Everybody was outside. We went to this park that had an ice rink. We didn't do the ice rink because, I don't do that. But we went to the park where there's a lot of Christmas lights set up. We saw the GM building. We saw so many other fantastic buildings. Of course, I went to a cookie store in Detroit and bought a really nice hot warm cookie. And outside of Detroit, I went to two places. We went to Bar Rush Grill, if I'm butchering that on that name, Bar Rush Grill outside of Detroit, and then we went to Buddy's Pizza to try their pizza. Buddy's Pizza was better than Illuminati's in Chicago, gotta say. We had a good time there. We went to Motown. Shout out to Motown Records and Motown label. We went to Motown to understand the history of Motown music. That was very, very fun to experience. And then just riding through the city. It has been very, very good within the tour. And obviously, we did the Detroit DJ set for that. You guys can listen to now on Mixcloud. The link is in my Instagram bio at Kennedy Lucas NBA, by the way, if you're needing to know what link to go to. Yeah, the tour was amazing, and then Spectrum Podcast live from Detroit. So it was a great tour. I am glad to be home, but I'm glad that we were able to do that for our fan base. We had so many great people watch my stories, watch our Instagram and our social media, and it was just such a fun tour. And we just had a ball, right? We just had a ball with it. You guys can expect more tours coming from K.L.P Entertainment in the future because we enjoyed going on tour and just kind of going to these cities. It feels good to say that I've been to obviously Georgia because we're here in Atlanta, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Kentucky, Ohio, New York, Illinois, Michigan, Denver, Colorado, went to Denver, Mexico, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, so we've got many more cities to go to. Texas is up next. California is up next. Washington State is up next. Pennsylvania will be up next too. So we've got so many good things and so many cities that we got to tour. So it's all thanks to you guys, the fan base, for making this thing happen. And we're not wrapping the podcast because I got some juicy conversations, but everybody here in the studio, you guys make K.L.P Entertainment go round, and I love y'all. I really do. Yes. And I'm gonna announce it here on the show, because I got all of our producers. You guys will be getting Christmas bonuses this year, so shout out to you. Yep. All right. So back into the studio, you guys. I got to talk about the juiciness of the conversation for the podcast, because it wouldn't be an interesting podcast if I didn't talk about the news that I've got to talk about here today. And I hate to. I'm not going to play outstanding for this one, because I don't know this person personally, but we have to talk about this because every podcast is talking about this. Now, if you guys don't know, the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was shot and murdered in New York a couple of days ago, and I wanted to talk about this because it's kind of. Wow, it's kind of weird that this happened. I can understand why a little bit why certain people are upset with insurance companies, just in general, not healthcare, but just insurance in general, because a lot of people have their thoughts and their opinions about insurance companies. I do think it's good to have insurance because it helps cover the cost, but then you got to understand the right insurance company and what's best suited for you and your finances, right? A lot of people are not okay with insurance companies because they might have went for one that just doesn't cater a whole lot of coverage. And let me tell you, I've had my run-ins, not with health insurance, but with car insurance. I've had my run-ins to quite a few insurance companies that try to overcharge me with low service, or the communication's not there, or you're paying too much for a simple liability, right? But this man, Brian Thompson, a CEO of United Healthcare, shot and killed in New York. Possible suspect in United Healthcare murder is detained in Pennsylvania. It was a gentleman, it looked like a gentleman in a hoodie that was shot and killed. A lot of podcasters have been analyzing this and how the way the autopsy and news. Now, this is just news. I don't know if if real or fake. We're reporting what we see. How the way Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, was shot, it looked like a professional hit, right? Based off my readings and based on other podcasters, it looked like it was a professional hit, which is kind of scary to a lot of other insurance companies because, and honestly, I believe that this was a hit. Now, I don't know too much about it. I ain't got no ideas on it. I don't know the person who did it. But based off how the way Brian Thompson was shot, right, there was a professional hit. It makes me worry because despite what people say about insurance companies, because we've all had some run-ins with some bad deals of insurance companies. Again, for me, not so much in healthcare, but it was car insurance for me. It makes me worry for a lot of CEOs for healthcare insurance, right? Because rumor has it, T, that a lot of other insurance companies, not only health insurance, but just insurance companies in general, a lot of people are taking the CEO pictures down. If it's not too late, they're taking other CEOs' pictures down and their information down so that way there are not other potential assassinations, a hit job, right? It is sad because he is a young CEO. He is a father. He has a family, and now he no longer is living. And now the family has to figure out, the company has to figure out, United Healthcare has to figure out, because United Healthcare guys, they don't go out of business because their CEO is shot. Now, a lot of people are sad about it, but the show must go on, right? So it's very, very scary. I do encourage people to not, if you have if you have vengeance on a company, whether it's an insurance company, car insurance company, or any type of business, I implore you not to do a hit job, right? There are some companies that piss us off. Trust me, I've have quite a few companies that I bought product from or I had insurance in that pissed me off. I just stopped using their services, right? If a car insurance robbed me of my money, I'm not going to go plan a hit job on the CEO. Never. I'm just going to stop using their product, right? It is sad times we live in, and it's getting real spooky out there. It really is, not only for um just CEOs out there in general, but it's these companies that are finding ways to plan these hit jobs. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy that this happened. It's crazy that people are doing this for real when you've had a bad experience with insurance companies. But I do hope that everybody don't do this. Honestly, I rest in peace, Brian Thompson. Regardless of what you think of United Healthcare, that's not really a way for a man to go down. It's not. So anybody who gets shot and killed and flat out murdered, I can't fend for you for that, right? It is a sad occasion. So I hope they find reparation. I hope they find some justice from this, because this is injustice. Honestly, it is. It's very injustice when it comes down to it. Now, moving on to the next conversation of topics here.
Use the goodwill.
I gave a lot of shoes to Goodwill.
Now, this is
You
Drewski.
didn't give enough, nigga. You need to give back. I'll take you down to, Kai got a school in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai got a school in
Maybe some
Nigeria.
room what you got on.
Nah, they don't. Nah.
Ah.
Get him some of these new Jordans. Get him some J's.
So shout out to Drewski. I saw that Drewski and Joe Budden's commercial, Prize Pick, the newest commercial they got. So shout out to them, man. They doing something, right? So Drewski says Lil Yachty needs to give a lot of his shoes to Goodwill. And I just played a video because Drewski is, I guess, assuming that Drewski's at Lil Yachty's house. And there's a video of his shoe collection. Boy, howdy, he has a lot of shoes, right? I think there's nothing wrong with giving away shoes. There's certain type of shoes, I would say, right? Because some shoes have some value. Boy, howdy, that's a lot of shoes, T. I saw the video, and that had to been close to about 500 pairs of shoes. I hope he has insurance for these shoes, because that's a lot of shoes that's in your closet. I say it's good to give away shoes for Goodwill. Certain type of shoes that you just don't rock with anymore. That's been worn. Right now, I'm just gonna say do this segment a little minimal, because I just started collecting shoes, and I think I got a great collection of shoes now in my closet at home. I don't have nearly as many shoes as Lil Yachty has, no, but I think if you give away shoes that you've worn and you just ain't feeling, sure, you could give those away to Goodwill, because it's the Christmas time. It's getting quite interesting out there in the world. I do got to say, Christmas time is a little bit hard for people out there, which we'll do a segment about Christmas and who you buy presents for at the end of this podcast. But there's nothing wrong with that. I think if you are an avid shoe collector and you buy, because you believe it or not, people buy shoes to not wear them. People buy certain type of shoes if it's like 1 out of 10. Right? Because I feel like we're in this generation that people buy not only shoes but shoes, bags, and whatever. If you don't rock it, it's a collection, right? You keep it in the box, you don't wear it, you just for show. Now, granted, for me, I'm different. When I'm buying, and I have a shoe collection in my closet too, but I'm wearing almost every shoe, right? The only shoes I'm not wearing is my dress shoes. If I'm not going anywhere super fancy that didn't require me to wear the dress shoes, then I'm not rocking my dress shoes out just in public just for the hell of it, right? But in my shoe collection, I got a nice set of Pumas. It's Pumas and Adidas for me. For everybody who's shopping for me for Christmas, Pumas and Adidas. I like them. And And then Vinci. Now Vinci, I got 2 Vinci shoes. They coming from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Those are kind of premium shoes. So if you want to spoil me with those shoes, the Vinci shoes, then that's great. But those are premium type shoes. So and that's what I have in my closet. And then I have like 1 pair of Nike that I work out in. But Pumas and Adidas for me, those are my favorite. But yeah, a lot of people collect shoes just to not wear them. A lot of people collect shoes to just show off their closet. Little Yachty, yes, you have a lot of shoes in your arsenal. I do recommend that you. I mean, if you got a shoe that you ain't rocking with and it's just in your closet collecting dust, then yeah, you might find some value in giving those away for goodwill. Will he do it? I don't know. We don't know what he would do. But that is a avid shoe collection. For me, when I collect shoes too, I try to buy shoes, that doesn't have the same color, right? Because if you buy different types of pairs of shoes that have the same color scheme, then your closet just looks kind of, for me, with my closet, I like to be colorful, right? I have blue, gold, black, white, green, brown, as I'm thinking of my closet right now, yellow, right? I like to have a different types of color, a brown, light brown, I like to have different color options for shoes because shoes can go obviously with outfits, but you got to find that one outfit that goes with that particular type of shoe color. And for me, I like to buy shoes that make sure that I have an outfit. Every outfit matches a shoe, right? You can't go wrong with black or white shoes because that black and white goes good with anything you rock with. But then I've got a set of brown shoes for a certain type of outfit. I got blue shoes, dark blue Adidas that go for another type of outfit. So you got to be colorful with it, I say. So if you are an avid shoe collector out here in the world, I recommend you guys taking it out. But shout out to Lil Yachty, shout out to Drewski. But boy howdy, yeah, you should give some shoes away. You really should. All right, so I got a game review, y'all, and I know I'm super late because I didn't think this game would be fun. So I hope it wins some awards at the Game Awards. Shout out to the Game Awards. This Thursday we're going to be streaming live our reactions for the Game Awards here in the studio, so you don't want to miss that. So I'm a little late to this game. Because this game came out a few months back, like a long time ago. And this is just me just now playing it. Because one thing with my video game collecting, guys, I play the same games that, your Call of Duties, your Sonics, your Ratchet and Clanks, your God of Wars. I play games like that because I know what to expect. This game here, I had no idea what to expect. I thought it was going to be like Elden Ring or Black Myth Wukong. I thought this would be a game, and not to say because I love Black Myth Wukong, I play that. But I thought this game was going to be hard. Game's not hard at all. Why didn't nobody tell me that Diablo 4 was so fun? Shout out to Diablo 4. Yeah. So I bought in and bought a copy of Diablo 4. And I bought the game in the expansion pack. And typically, when it comes down to a game like that, first of all, I don't play horror games as much, right? The most horror game that I played was Resident Evil 6 because I loved that game. That's actually one of my favorites, right? But I don't really dabble too much into the horror games because I get freaked out. Hell, even playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6, that y'all know that mission is called Emergence. And it was when your character is going through this facility and the mannequin started moving on his own. I freaked out. So when I first played that mission, I turned the game off because I was just so freaked out. I was like, nope, I'm not playing this. I can't. It's late at night. I'm not about to play this mission. I'm scared. But then obviously I turned Call of Duty back on, played that Emergence mission. Y'all know what I'm talking about, where they're in this facility and your character get exposed to some sort of gas, and then now he's in a different world, and the mannequins start following you, but then when you turn around they stop following you, and then there's zombies in there too. Y'all know that mission. I am such a scaredy cat when it comes down to scary video games. I've never played Friday Nights at Freddy's because I get freaked out. I don't like horror games, and that's what I thought Diablo 4 was, a horror game at first, right? But then I bought it because everybody that I seen the commercials, T, people are raving about this game and how fun it is. I'm like, okay, and after me seeing gameplay, I was like, this looks like something I can enjoy. So I bought in. Played Diablo 4 last night. Boy, howdy. I've never had so much fun. I've never had so much fun playing a video game. And I can see why the graphics is there. I can see why everybody's raving about this game. It takes about 120 some odd gigabytes to download. So when I bought it and downloaded, it took 4 hours. So I had to wait 4 hours. So I had to go do other things and run errands. And then I came home to play it. But when I got to play it, it's really fun. I never thought I would like a top-down gameplay, right? The camera's looking down at your character. I never really found those games to be very enjoyable back in the day. But boy, howdy, I found it very, very interesting now. So yeah, I played Diablo 4. My character customizations, I decided to go with the sorcerer because I can take enemies and they become my helpers, and you get this axe, and it's almost like an RPG kinda, but strategic, right? Because when you go through the missions, you go through the story, you find a different type of outfits and stuff to increase your character. So my character's name is Elmerick. I have fun. I really have so much fun doing it. And I played the game quite a few hours. I was brought into it. Opening cutscene, the Vessel of Hatred is the expansion pack that came along with the purchase. And that first cutscene, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool, but you're talking about the devil, and I'm very like spiritual, so it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I know this is just a video game. It's just a video game. But yeah, Diablo is fun, y'all. I enjoy it so very much. The graphics are amazing. The storyline is amazing. I love my character that I'm playing with now. I encourage people, if you haven't played a Diablo game, again, I haven't played Diablo since I've tried the second one when I was a kid, but then I was like, I'm not interested. And then I was a kid, so of course I was playing Sonic and Mario, and I went on over there. And now that I'm a grown adult now, Diablo 4 that's out. That came out this year. It came out this year. It was like beginning of this year. I have fun. I really have fun with it. I do encourage people to play it because it's something that is interesting. It's not scary, it's not scary at all. It's medium when it comes down to scary tactics. So yeah, I've had fun. I've had so much fun playing this game, and that's sort of my review because I'm still playing on it. But I do encourage people to go out there and have a good time. If you want a new game to play for December, that's one thing I like to do when I have the budget. I like to say, okay, what new game can I play this month, right? Because I'm close to beating Dragon Ball. I beat Sonic Generations that came out last month, right? So what else? What else is next, right? So it was Diablo 4 for me. So I hope it wins some awards. It is nominated for quite a few awards for the Game Awards. So I do hope it wins some categories because it gets me very, 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 very excited. Now, moving on to the gossip news. And I hope this is not right, and I hope this doesn't come to fruition, y'all. I really hope so. But you guys remember a couple of podcasts ago, I said the same thing. And I just hope it is not true. Right? Now, we all know about the Diddy allegations, but rumor has come out, and Jay-Z, this is allegedly, by the way, alleged, because recently, as of the update now, Jay-Z has denied all accusations and he has his lawyer on top of things. But a couple days ago, Jay-Z was alleged for R-ing R-ing a female along with the Diddy scandal. I can't say the R word because we are a PG show. And I'm just going to revisit this real quick because I am more of a Jay-Z fan than I am a Diddy fan, right? I can't stand the R word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just can't say it on this clean platform. It is sickening that anybody in their lifetime thinks about R-wording another person, male or female, right? It is devastating. These allegations are coming out, right? We saw the latest thing with TD Jakes, and it looks like TD Jakes is getting healthy, but this ish is scaring him to because he's a little bit a part of these allegations too, right? Allegedly, right? This is, but you got to understand the parameters of this, guys. There's a reason why TD Jakes had that pass out. And I thank God that he's healthy. I thank God nothing bad happened to him because he's bad. Thank God. But this is getting to this man, right? It's been alleged for Jay-Z for these scandals, right? And Jay-Z is a billionaire. Jay-Z has the repertoire to make sure for his business ventures and everything that he has achieved. And it makes me scared because, and thank God, Jay-Z said he's denying all of these allegations, and I want him to be proven right on this. I don't want anything on anybody. I hate that Diddy is alleged this stuff, but hey, Diddy did it, right? And look how quickly these things, the business ventures and all this stuff got taken away from Diddy. So quick and fast and hurry because we're in this generation now that you have to be super, super careful because you will get canceled quickly. Because you got Diddy who had Ciroc not rocking with him. Revolt. He had to withdraw his shares in that billionaire black media business that he had to withdraw because of this thing. Hell, we looking at Jonathan Majors, right, with his scandal. Everything taken away. Now, luckily that his ex-girlfriend said, hey, they're dropping the charges. Now he has to rebuild his career up. His career got taken away from him, right? This is what I said a few podcast episodes back. It makes me scary for everybody who became influential, everybody who became powerful. And I don't want nobody to go to prison for this. I don't. But this is exactly what I said. What you do in the dark comes to light. It may not be right then and there, but it happens. And I got to say to a lot of people, karma is a bitch. It is. So that's why we got to do right in this world. I am super scared for Jay-Z because even though he has denied all allegations, and I really want this to be true, they going to find ways to get you, Jay-Z. Like it or not, they going to find ways to prove something. Right? So I hope he's ready. Like I said, I don't want Jay-Z to go to trial and go to court. I pray to God that doesn't happen. But this is what I said a few podcasts back. Right? But like I say, this is sickening. His lawyer's on top of it, y'all. And I hope this ain't true. I hope what they saying that Jay-Z has been alleged for, I hope is not true. I hope that it's just something that they're trying to make a sell on because it's a marketing tactic to get more big, powerful people in the conversation. But just look at Diddy. Diddy did it, and a lot has been taken away from him. And I just sincerely hope that this doesn't happen. I sincerely hope that, they're 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 in the clear. I really hope so. But moving away from that to the kind of funny news. Shout out to Chipotle. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I've said this many podcasts ago too, y'all. Not only grocery stores and rent has increased in pricing, but Chipotle will be, and this I would say this, but I don't know if this is true or not, what I'm about to say, but this is the first restaurant I've seen, so I'm gonna say it on the show. I feel like Chipotle is the first restaurant to raise prices. Now, Chipotle, the source is coming from Warstar, Chipotle raises menu prices by 2%. According to the reports, Chipotle announced a 2% nationwide price hike, citing rising costs of beef, dairy, avocados. This is the first increase in over a year aimed to offsetting the inflation, according to Corporation Affairs Chief Lori Chabot. And I joke about this, what I'm about to say next. I joke about this because I love Chipotle. It's real spooky out there for restaurants because it's almost like, and inflation and stuff, we know about that because rent is high for a lot of people. Groceries is high for a lot of people. Again, like I say, it's high, but I'm still in because, hey, I ain't got no other mouths to feed but my own, right? So when I buy groceries, I might spend average week about $50 to $70, depending on what I need, right? Some people spend $300 a week in groceries because they got mouths to feed, family to take care. I'm still in the clear on that. But it's almost like a domino effect, y'all, because when one company and corporation does this price hike and price increase, then a lot of other, and if you're willing to pay that high price, then a lot of other restaurants will follow. And this is when I say it looks a little spooky out there, y'all. Now, Chipotle, it's already semi-expensive. Now, granted, with me, with my health and my workout regimen, I am cooking more meals at home now because my health warrants that. It comes a time where I can't go to Zaxby's every day, or Chick-fil-A, or Chipotle, or Cane's, or Captain D's. I'm just naming restaurants out the bat. Popeyes. And this, I don't even eat that stuff like that all the time. I don't, right? Most of the time I'm cooking at home anyway. But my point I'm making is it's like a domino effect. Because Chipotle raising it by 2%. Who's to say McDonald's won't do that? Because there's been the topic of conversation. Y'all remember when McDonald's dollar menu used to be an actual dollar menu? Now you're looking at $2, $3, $5. Remember when Dollar Tree, you could buy items for $1? Now you're looking at $1.50, $2, $2.75, up to $5. Right? So you really don't have the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General like you used to in the past, right? Everything used to be, bam, $1. Nope, it's $1.25. It's $1.78. It's $1.92. $2. $5. Because the economy changed. I say Chipotle is very expensive because they do have some premium food. You know, when on average, and I'll say this because I barely go to Chick-fil-A. Chipotle. Tongue twister, T. They sound the same. When I get a bowl, typically I get chicken, right, double rice, fajita, queso, lettuce, cilantro, maybe a bag of chips for the bowl. On average, you're going to pay about $15, $15 to $20. So just imagine you're paying that price now for let's say $15 to $20 now, T. And now you get a 2% increase of these prices. You might be looking, let's say $15. That 15 might go in my math, because I took remedial math in college. From 15, you might go from 15 to 18. If you're spending on average $20, you might see $23. I'm assuming there because, again, math, I took remedial math in college, y'all. So I say it's very spooky because a lot of restaurants, when they see a company raise a price on something, they will soon follow after. It may not be quickly, it may not be swiftly, but eventually restaurants do increase their pricing. They do. And I say it's spooky because a lot of people will still pay that much, right? I think we're in the society now where things increase. You'd be surprised. A lot of people would say, okay, I'll pay more then, right? There is a great few of us who say, okay, you increase this. Okay, what's the alternative for this? Because I do that all the time. With my shopping, if something that is worth $10 and they say they're selling it for 15, I'm gonna say the same thing might be $7, $8. It's the alternative, but in an effort to save money, I'm gonna go for that alternative that tastes about the same. It may not be the exact same, but you got a little bit the same. I'm gonna go for that alternative first, T, in an effort to save money. There's a great group of us who do that because I do that too. With my finances and anything I buy, I'm looking at the cost and the value. A lot of people are not going to do that. A lot of people are not going to see Chipotle raising their prices for 2%. They're not going to go find that alternative. They might pay that 2% increase in price because that's number one, a restaurant they're familiar with and they're comfortable with. And I say it's spooky because a great group of people will still pay that 2% price for that chicken bowl or that Chipotle bowl. And restaurants say, well, damn, these idiots can pay. They're going to pay 2% for something that they pay less than. Okay, we're going to raise our prices at Zaxby's. Chick-fil-A might raise their price. McDonald's might raise the price because these idiots will pay more for the same thing. So why not raise our price? We make more revenue that way. Guys, I got an MBA in business. I study these things. I'm studying for my PhD in business. I know these things. So that's why I say it's very spooky because people are willing to pay that price. Now, I think a lot of people, and this not to shame on these corporate restaurants, because yes, I eat at Chipotle very rarely, but yes, I eat at Chipotle. Yes, I eat at Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's, right? I think a lot of us, and I've been doing this because of my health reason, T. Like I'm not going to just now start kicking it home because they're raising prices. No, I've been doing it for years because it's a health thing for me. A lot of people are going to find ways, okay, well, it's expensive. We need to start cooking at home. I do encourage people to cook at home anyway, because if you're buying ingredients at the grocery store, you got the ingredients, you got the food at your house, cook at home, right? Because now you're cooking at home, it's homemade. It's not cost you nothing. It just costs you the amount of ingredients. Let me tell y'all, I cook chicken and rice. I cook salmon. I cook spaghetti, right? It's nothing wrong. I make a sandwich. There's nothing wrong with cooking at home. I encourage people, cook at home because you save so much money. You do. On average, when you have that special day, because sometimes I do treat myself every Wednesday or Thursday of each week, I go out and have a treat, right? So I go out to Zaxby's. I go out to Chick-fil-A. And if I'm feeling on my fat stuff, then I go to Popeyes, right? One day out of the week, I go out to eat and get something either DoorDashed or pick up. But most of the days of the week, I'm cooking dinner because you're saving so much money when you cook at home. So I do encourage that. But like I said, yes, it's getting spooky. It's getting spooky for Chipotle's going to do it, and people are still going to pay for it. And let me tell you, when people pay for that 2% increase, I guarantee you, I'm going to be back here in the radio station on another episode to tell you, hey, y'all, McDonald's don't raise their price. And the next week, I'm going to say, oh, y'all, Chick-fil-A, they don't raise their price. Because restaurants will follow what restaurants doing if we're willing to pay for that 2% increase. They only scale back in the same price if they feel like nobody's paying more for Chipotle. Again, not a knockdown on Chipotle. But if you feel that people are not willing to pay 2% more of what they buy from Chipotle, then Chipotle loses money, right? If no one buys into Chipotle's 2% increased price and they're not going to Chick-fil-A that much often that they used to, then those ingredients that they buy and prepare and they have to throw away, they lose money. And when they lose money, they scale back. And that's just not my MBA talking. That's just common sense. But yeah. So shout out to Chipotle though. I still go to them. I just, I prefer to cook at home if I can. But shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's GNX has now sold over 500,000 units, and it's eligible for a gold certificate. Look, it's Kendrick. Kendrick and SZA is going to be here in Atlanta. They're going to be touring, stadium tour, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's going to be cool. Congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. Like I say, he's the GOAT. He's doing his thing right now. He's cooking. And then you got the Super Bowl coming up next in a few months, right? So congratulations to him. Now, I wanted to do a special topic of conversation of what Christmas. Christmas is around the corner. And we still got quite a few episodes before Christmas, but I will say I do believe the 22nd through the 1st, part of our holiday bonus, we're going to be shutting down K.L.P. Entertainment. It's the holidays. It's Christmas. I'm going to be with family because, look, I got Christmas. I got my mom's birthday. My dad's birthday is next week, right? So we shutting it down towards the end of Christmas and New Year's. Obviously, we do that every year. So I just wanted to announce that here on the podcast just in case no one remembers. But Christmas time is here. And I just wanted to send a friendly message to a lot of people out there in the world. And I'm probably going to be doing this for quite a few episodes because we're super early before Christmas. But I noticed a lot of people outside today, T. Christmas shopping for people. I got to say, it's not always about what you get that person for Christmas. Is you getting somebody for Christmas and being thoughtful. I always encourage people when you're doing Christmas shopping to be thorough and to be thoughtful. It's not how much money you spend on somebody for Christmas. It's the thought that counts. And I wanted to make sure that's known because when I was out Christmas shopping here in Atlanta and in Chicago and in Detroit, I overheard some conversations about what people were getting their loved ones for Christmas. And this one lady in the mall, she was so stressed out because she had no clue what to get her husband. And she was really freaking out because she thought she had to spend a whole heck of a lot of money just to impress somebody for Christmas. And I wanted to tell her this, but she's a stranger to me. But in my mind, it's like, I said, the thought that counts. If you did your best and you thought about your husband and you got him something that he might laugh and might have a good time with, then boom, Bob's your uncle. By howdy, you're going to impress somebody. And I say it's not always about the expensiveness of the gift. And I say that because, there are a lot of people that are in my circle that I have to go on a ball on a budget this year. Christmas is tough for a lot of people. When it comes down to finances, the economy, we just talked about it, things are tight right now for a lot of people. So I do say to a lot of people little words of encouragement. It's not so much about what you gift people. It's the thought that counts. Now, if you're able to give somebody something really, really good for Christmas, then by howdy, have a ball, right? I shop for everybody, all 2 of my brothers and 2 of my sisters, and even my mom. I shop for her too. And I can't wait because those are my loves. And, I'm able to be in the space to where I can give them something a little bit more premium, right? When you're able to do that, I say go for it. But if you're not able to do that, then don't feel bad about it, right? Do not feel bad about what you got to give for your loved ones for Christmas. And, it has to be the most expensive thing ever. Not necessarily. So I just wanted to leave the podcast with that because I know Christmas time is tough for a lot of people. I have a lot of friends in my friend circle, not my close friends, because I think we all straight, but I have friends on my outer circle that are stressing about Christmas and don't know what to give their loved ones because their finances, they're a little bit tight this year. So I do encourage a lot of people to have fun though. gift giving. I love gift giving, so have fun with it and just be creative. Be yourself and find out what people love. Find out what people like. And if there's an inexpensive way, tongue twister or tea to get it, then I recommend it. I do. So with that's it. That's how we're gonna wrap the podcast. A little words of encouragement. If you guys enjoy this podcast, give us a thumbs up. If you're watching the audio version or listening to the audio version on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, we thank you guys so very much, guys. Don't forget on my LinkedIn bio for my Instagram, Kennedy Lucas NBA. Mixcloud, a big partner of ours now. My DJ sets from Chicago and Detroit are on there. Guys, take a listen and hit that follow because we're getting those followers up and people love it. So I encourage you guys, if you're watching the video version of this podcast on Amazon Live, video, YouTube, Facebook Watch, LinkedIn, and Spotify video, thank you guys so very much. We love y'all over there as well. And we'll be back this week with the Spectrum Podcast and more of K.L.P. Aftermath. And what had happened was podcast with me and Evelyn. Can't wait to have her back because the week before last, it was Thanksgiving. And last week we were on tour. I text Evelyn T and I said, hey, E, we won't be able to do the podcast this week because I'm not in Georgia. I'm on tour. She understood. And we're going to have her back in studio to do more of that podcast. So we thank y'all in advance for that as well. So that's going to wrap it up here. K.L.P. Aftermath, Tuesday Night Live. We love you guys. We say happy week, rest of your week, guys. We love y'all. We'll catch y'all in the next episode. Love y'all.
Go! What's going on in Hot Atlanta? Live from Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6. Brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P. Entertainment and K.L.P. Studios. It's K.L.P. Aftermath. Morning with your host, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas and Rocco Styles.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
Go.